Hello, I am Stamp, and welcome back to more Final Fantasy XIV. And today, we are finally going to do the MSQ. I haven't done 6.1 yet, so we're going to do that. We're going to do 6.15 too. But, we are going to start with the Reaper job quest. I haven't done that yet. I have leveled up my Reaper to level 90, but I haven't done the... I think this is level 71 quest. So yeah, we're gonna start with that. And hey, Melt Up! Hello, welcome back. Good to see you again. And thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that a lot, Melt Up. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. That's awesome. That is awesome. Alright, let's go. I am. Level 73, alright. Yeah, hey, Mod Up. I'm not sure if you were here at the beginning, but thank you very much for the sub. I appreciate that a lot, man. Thank you so much. That's very awesome of you. Yeah, hello. Welcome back. Alright. There you are. Looking deadly enough with a scythe to make me weak at the knees. I wager it's time we stopped faffing about and made ready to hunt our target. My lemurs have been hard at work scraping together what information they can. Let's see what they've got. I am glad you're here too, Mora. Thank you very much for being here. Oh, you're a fan of Final Fantasy XIV? That's awesome, man. That's awesome. It's my favorite game. It's my favorite game of all time. Yeah. With the Endwalker expansion that made it my favorite game of all time. So yeah, I love it too. Everyone here? Good. Arnagis, you've met. No further Chimera-related incidents. You'll be happy to hear. The overly cheaper lass over there is Herman. Make your acquaintances. Oh, you haven't played it much because of moving? Yeah, I bet. Have you played the Endwalker expansion at least? Have you finished that? About up? Right, there she is. As you know, our query is a void sent, and it goes by the name of Arcus. He's eluded the best, but these two are a step above that. Tell us what you found. By your will, boss. I asked around about unsolved murders and disappearances, seeing if any involved someone matching the description you provided. There's as many missing people as there's grains in sand, and no shortage of tragedies either. One, however, stood out among the rest. A woodcutter in the black shroud disappeared without a trace. No body, no belongings, nothing. An odd enough occurrence by itself, but the sightings of a stranger with skin pale as snow near his last known whereabouts piqued our interest. Well, that's a promising start, but those woods are crawling with bandits and brigands of all sorts. Duskweeds and keepers are said to come in ghostly hues. Are you sure this man ain't one of them? As sure as I've ever been, boss. Not many bandits have eyes the color of blood. It's a match too close to ignore. You have over 4,000 hours? That's a lot, man. Damn. Oh, you haven't touched Endwalker yet? Man, you have no idea how much I envy you. You're at patch 5.4. Yeah. Oh man, you're in for a treat. You are in for a treat. I gotta say, the start of Endwalker is a bit slow, but man, is it worth it. You're gonna love it. I envy you so much. Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. As sure as I've ever been, boss. Oh, yeah. I can't gainsay that. We have a lead. If I may, boss, are you sure we need the help of this outsider? How much trouble could one void sent be? Herman, she's standing right there, for God's sake. No, she's right. I've always told you to turn a wary eye to those outside the family. She's just doing her due diligence. But trust me when I say, we need every advantage we can afford. I made the mistake of misjudging Arcus' strength before, and for my hubris, my family, my flesh and blood family, was slain. All of them. Was planning on holding that back a bit longer, but just before the Lemures, I swore two things. I'd repay the suffering 1,000-fold, and I'd never let that bastard take anything from me again. I mean to keep my vow, and I trust I can count on you to help. You don't have to ask twice, boss. Your wounds are our wounds, even the ones that become scars. We'll see your vengeance wrought. All these years I've scraped to make a place for us. I looked forward to the day he'd paid his dues. And it ain't just for me that we have to hunt him down either. He's a blight on Eorze itself, and the longer we let it fester, the more suffering it'll spread. We need to corner him now, while we have a chance. Are you ready, Oslas? You know those woods as well as any of us, and we need your experience if we hope to be back before supper. That's your worry? To be back before supper? Yeah. To be fair, I've been around those woods enough time. Much appreciated. Alright, let's get to it then. Herman, I want you here in Ulda, keeping your ear to the ground for any news of Arcus' movements. Arnegis, you lead us to where this woodcutter disappeared. By your will, boss. That'll be the center shroud. So our best course will be to set off from Bent Branch Meadows. It's been so long since I heard that little tune. It's awesome hearing it again. Alright. On the hunt. Oh, right here. Suck her. Arcus is an accursed name, feared from Garmal to Alamigo. I hear tell the people of Gerbania bestowed it on a fiend that feasts on the bones of men. So much does it reek of evil incarnate. Good, you made it. Before we shut off, allow me to share the circumstances of our poor woodcutter's disappearance. As I hear it, disappearance night on a week ago. Got lost, some surmise, but he was a seasoned woodsman, not some highborn traveler who forgot to buy a map. I questioned those closest to him, and none could think of a reason he might want to make himself scarce. He'd even make plans. made plans to meet with friends not long from now, but I expect that promise will go unkept. It sounds like we can rule out a voluntary departure. I believe we can. The last person to see the man alive, said he took his axe and ventured northwest. And that's where we'll set our trap. Here, Osles, take this. A magic axe shiver and a candle that's scented like a Void Sense favorite libation. Blood. Alright. Once it's lit and the fumes are wafting through the air, every voice sent within 30 yalms will come running. If either of us sees Arcus, let's give the other a shout over the transceiver. As I said before, Arcus is an inhabiting the body of a man, and he can put on an awful convincing performance when he needs must. It's been a while since I read that. Needs must. There's a lot of that on Around Reborn. Don't give him a chance to work his wheels, or his fangs will be in your neck before you know it. As much as I want to accompany you, I'd only be a liability in a fight. Whether you find Orcus or not, return here and I'll report back to the Lemures. Good luck and good hunting. Alright. Northwest. There. Oh, there's multiple places. Alright. Let's go here first. A candle. With the scent of blood. The stench of blood chokes the air, filling your nostrils with its metallic aroma. However, no ghostly fiends or slavering creatures emerge from the underbrush. If there are void scent nearby, they must not be hungry. Let's try this place. The stench of blood, yeah, that's the same thing. Alright, let's try the other place. That's more west than northwest, but it works, I guess. Drawn by the malefic odor, a void scent rises from the underbrush. Though it bears no resemblance to Arcus, it eyes you with a voracious hunger. Alright, let's go. Oh, it's dead. Look at that. It has vines and stuff. That looks really cool. Moogle. Nice. Arnagis. I'm glad to see you in one piece. Now, what's that you have in your hand? I have a blood-soaked ring. Alright. You said the voice sent was carrying this? Yeah? That ring. Where did you find it? I see. There can be no doubt. The Void Scent that our slash slew is the very same one that murdered our woodcutter. Murdered? Are you saying... While I was searching for a place to set my trap, I spotted a shallow grave, hastily dug and poorly hidden. Under a thin layer of dirt was a body matching the description of the woodcutter. A wholly nondescript fellow, save for the mark of a ring removed from his finger. Doubtless, that ring was his demise. Shiny baubles are a common fixation for Void Scent. Probably didn't spare a thought for the honor, only the prize. I suppose we can take comfort in the knowledge that it will harm no one else. Orcus or not, I'd say this expedition was a success after fashion. I should apprise the whalers of what's transpired. You two, catch some well-earned rest. Thank you kindly, Arnegis. Well then, I'll see you back at the headquarters. Alright, that was easy. It wasn't orcs. Let's go here. Let's go to the Weaver's Guild, I believe. Yes. I am. Drusilla. Maybe we didn't get a satisfaction I promised, but sitting here with our heads in our hands won't do us any good. Let's be happy with one last Void Scent preying on helpless woodcutters. Yeah, I'm happy for that. No, that's too cliche. I mean, it's right, but let's say this. Arcus will pay for what he did. Heh. Glad you see a passion for our mission. Apologies, we couldn't make your feast outing more memorable. We were on the cusp of ending 2 decades of misery. That's how long ago Arcus came into this world, raging like an animal free from his cage, and leaving my family dead in his wake. The grief he's caused since then is immeasurable. No matter where his accursed feet take him, his hunger follows, and the realm bleeds to sate it. Of course, we aren't the only ones hunting him, but he's as clever as he's vicious. And not even the finest trackers have been able to keep him on his trail for long. Don't lose heart yet, boss. While you were away, I was making the rounds, and I might have found something that will soon bear fruit. Agnes is following up on it as we speak. Arnegis. I always say his name wrong. Arnegis. I swear, someday that man is going to kneel over my own account. Still, there's no one else I trust to tell me the difference between truth and hysteria. That being said, his work takes time to do right. Use his chance to hone your skills, and if all goes to plan, next time you speak, you have a golden opportunity to test them. Sorry. Yeah, that's true, Murdoch. Doesn't provide too many choices. The game often makes a joke about it. Yeah, that's very true. I gotta say, the writing in this game everything about the writing in this game is one of my favorite in any game I've ever played. So yeah, the jokes are maybe it's just my kind of humor, but the jokes always land to me, and everything else just lands. And yeah, I love the writing in this game. So yeah, it's always fun. It's always fun. All right. Next up, level 75. Okay, so the last one was 73. So 75. So that means the next one is 77. Then 79 to 80, maybe. So I guess we're gonna have 2 or 3 more quests after this one. Dark Days. Drusilla is waiting word from Arnagis. Oh yeah, the translation in this game is freaking amazing. Yeah, Koji is like, he's a god. I love this translation of this game so much. Apologies, Les, but we're still waiting on Arnagis to come through. There's not much for you to do around here until then, unless you have a knack for clearing. Herman is good at wheedling. That's the first time in my life I ever saw that word. Wheedling. Herman is good at wheedling out promising stories and whatnot, but getting to the truth of those stories is a craft as delicate as weaving. I'm sure you've seen firsthand how one bad bit of information can lead to elaborate plans coming apart at the seams. Yeah? That's kind of lies, right? If you tell a lie, and you keep telling the lies to cover up that one lie, it is gonna come apart at the seams. That's basically it. Boss! Calm down, lad. Breathe. What's gotten into you? Boss. It's Arnagis. He's what? He's been murdered? What? No way. What? Tell me I heard that wrong. I'm afraid not. The breastblades found him half buried in the sands. Not bells ago. Just lying there. Like some bloody animal carcass. They're bringing him into Erlik's burial chamber as they speak. No way. Holy shit, they just killed him? Oh, that's fucked up. Whoever did this doesn't know the reckoning they've got coming. Before I'm done with them, they'll be begging to crawl back into their mother's womb. I want justice as much as you, Herman. I do. But it's time like this. We need to look to the boss for guidance. As you can see, Osles, emotions are running high. I should stay here until Herman cools off. Can you let the boss know we're standing by and waiting for her command? Like as not, she's going to pay her respects. Yeah, we kind of have to examine the body. Like, what killed him? We gotta know that. Are we gonna find claw marks or... Oh, where is it? Alright. Are we gonna find sword marks? What are we gonna find? Oh, here. Sheila. Sorry, Slice. I ain't in the mood for chit chat. I get it. Where's the bloody keeper? My lady, prithee, the dead must be let to rest. The dead are going to have one more among them if you don't shut your trap and listen. The blessed braids brought in a body not long ago. Show me to it. Ah, yes, that they did. But are you the deceased family? If not, I am afraid we cannot. Family? Family! Arnagis was like a son to me. Like a son? Ordinarily, that will be... He is interred in the innermost coffin. However, I must advise you not to gaze upon the body. Oh, that's not good. Madam, if she insists, then so be it. God damn it, Arnagis. I told you not to go and get yourself. Don't, Osles. This isn't for you. I'm sorry for barging in here and for all the bluster. If you can forgive my rudeness, promise me that Arnagis gets sent off well and proper. Of course he shall be. However, if you wish to intern him within the city gates, well, such sought-after space comes at no small expense. I don't care what it costs. Just send your man to Lemir's headquarters to collect what you require. Osles, I appreciate you coming to find me. But there's someone else I have to speak with first. I'm heading to Stone's Throw. Come along if you please, but come along in silence. So that was really him. Or his face was completely disfigured and he was barely... I mean, it could have been other corpse, right? Like, let's say his head was cut off or his head was completely mangled and we could barely recognize him. Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen the corpse myself, so I don't know what's going on. I'm just gonna trust Drusilla for now. Your guess that he's dead? I mean, he could be, for sure. But I don't know. I don't know. Anything could happen. It could not be his body. But yeah, it could be him too. This is where Arnagis, dear wife, earns her living. Best get this over with. Yeah, this is gonna suck. Telling his wife? Do they have children? I hope not. Jesus. Arnagis never forgot the debt he owed you. The debt we both owed you. Even so, his loyalty ran even deeper than that. A strange thing to look back on the people we were, a decade younger and a lifetime more foolish. Young lovers, proud patriots, blissfully ignorant, returning to Lacus Amudenus, the cradle of our people. A triumphant homecoming for the Garleans after centuries in exile. And once mighty invaders have been laid low and driven back whence they came, and it was a banner day. Arnagis was honored with a post there. The honor and pride quickly faded when we saw the truth of Lacus Amonis. We hadn't just defeated our enemies, we had clapped them in irons and condemned them to a life of servitude. Descendants of those who'd driven our ancestors north so many generations ago, made to pay for the crimes of their forebears. His superiors were certainly pleased with the poetry of it all. Argonese, however, could not simply look away from their suffering, let alone take pleasure in it. Confronted with the reality of the place we would call home, his conscience demanded he take action. He began cooperating with the resistance, but the eyes of the frumentarium are all seen, and before long, he was ousted as a sympathizer. 'Twas only by the grace of good fortune that we escaped with our lives. I've often lain awake at night, wondering if he had outlived his usefulness to the resistance. Or perhaps it was a petty senior officer that orchestrated our fall. Regardless of the cause, the outcome was the same. We could never return to the Empire. We fled to Eorzea by way of Razdahan, the only route open to us. Wasn't soon after stepping foot on the docks of Limsa that your luck ran out, as I recall. Stopped by the Yellow Jackets and accused of being Imperial spies. But we still managed to make an escape. We ran and ran, terrified that our pursuers would one day catch up to us. That is, till we met you. Oh, goddammit. Sorry. Until we met you. Had you not taken us under your wing when you did, I shudder to imagine our fate. It was Arcus that killed him, and no mistake, he died for my vengeance. I can't tell you how sorry I am. No, you needn't apologize. I know he was happy. So long as he was helping you, he was happy. The blame for his death doesn't rest on your shoulders. It rests on the man, the monster that murdered him in cold blood. And I expect you to see he answered for his crimes. For me and for Arnagis. Man, this music is just... it's not fair. I will less. I will. On this I swear everything that I have to swear. We need to talk, Osles. Somewhere with fewer prying eyes. Come meet me at the breach to the north. Alright? I saw. Hey. I owe you an apology, Osles, for not telling you everything about me and Arcus from the start. I dragged you into a fight against a foe that's cunning, brutal, and utterly merciless. I thought with all of us together, we'd tip the scales in our favor. But I was wrong, and Arnagis paid the price for my hubris. Hubris. Sorry. That void sand we tracked in the Black Shroud was likely one of Arcus's minions, but I was too caught up in my grand scheme to realize it at the time. I should have thought about why he tried to hide that body. Your common void sand wouldn't have the guile to bury a kill. But what if Arcus started that as a way to throw trackers off its scent, and to dangle bait for me and mine? Arcus has used that same trick in the past, and he knows that we know it, too. By dispatching his minions, we drew his attention. Arnagis was a warning. Arcus doesn't give his prey swift deaths. He toys with them, cuts into them, and savors the screams. That's how I knew he was responsible. It's like a signature. The way he leaves the bodies. When he's had his fill, I only pray Arnagis doesn't take that suffering with him to the next life. That's fucked up. Arcus will be coming for you next. For you or me next. Not right away, though. That'll be giving up the game. He wants us to keep looking over our shoulders, sleeping with one eye open. He wears us down without even lifting a finger. And when he finally strikes, we'll be dead on our feet. Playthings for him to do with as he pleases. That won't do. We need to bring the fight to him. No more waiting around to lead us for a lead to come to us. It won't be easy. But can I still count on your help? I've come this far. Might as well go the rest of the way. Thank you, Osles. And if you've no qualm risking life and limb to fight for Arnagis, to fight for me, then I've got no qualm calling you a member of this family. Family. A curious word, that. Arcus? Bloody. It's him, Osles. Arcus. Some persistent rats were nibbling at my tail. I should have known by their stench it was you and yours, Drusilla. Or should I call you... granddaughter? Shut your mouth, you thrice-damned monster! Holy shit. Monster? Is that any way to greet a beloved elder? Children these days. It seems one death wasn't punishment enough for you. A second should suffice for the scant remainder of your being. Is he gonna try to kill me? Osles, we're ending this here and now. Follow my lead. Heck yeah. Let's go. I thought we might savor our reunion for a while longer. But if you insist, I shall feast upon your beating heart here and now. Die, monster. Yeah. Ha. Not but dregs left in that desiccated vessel of yours. Too long has the hide been left in the sun. But your family has been replenished with fresh blood, I see. My. And what a bounteous soul this one has. Your sight may be dull, but your eye is as sharp as ever. Blinding as the sun, pure as the snow. Delectable. Oh. I couldn't read that. Delectable as a boar slated in grease. I had thought to make a quick meal of you. Perhaps just this once. Forbearance is in order. Love this music. Such a singular specimen must be given time to fatten, to fulfill its succulent potential. 'Twill be a travesty to consume you here. Consume you ere you achieve perfection. When your soul is ripe with fear, souling with hatred, and fit to burst with the despair, I shall return to you, Osles, and I shall gorge. Until that time, sup well, my growing whelp. All right. What the heck? What the heck? Hey, Lasagna. Hello. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Welcome back. All right, that was interesting. Curse these old bones. It was right in front of me. I could have ended it in one swing. For a moment, just one moment, I saw it all again. My family slaughtered, lying at his feet. My life slipping away. And that was enough. Doubtless, you have more than a few questions. I'll answer them. I promise. But now is not the time, trust me. Apparently we are very tasty. Yeah. We are very tasty. Standing around, kicking the sand won't change what's done. Let's return to headquarters and let the wind cool our heads. Then we can consider our next course of action. Then. Alright. Man, that guy really wants to eat us, don't him? He really does. Hold on. Here. I mean, he made us sound really delicious. I mean, honestly, even I want to eat this too now. I really want to eat this because he made us sound really delicious. Alright, give me a minute. I will be right back. Alright. Let's go. Hey, Hermie. Alright. It was my own fault. If I hadn't stood there, slack-jawed, if I wasn't so damn slow, we'd be rid of that abomination once and for all. What you saw used to be my grandfather, before Arcus took over. He looks green enough to be my own grandchild now. Thick of the void, like as not. It's no secret that if a void scent doesn't want to devour you, he probably wants to take possession of your flesh. But Arcus has a particular talent for it. And as you doubtless surmised, he's got an insatiable craving for either. Healing is only prelude to the act of gulping down our essence. Like a draught of ale after a day's work. Oh man. He's old. I can't say exactly how old, but he's acquired a taste for the finer things. Seems your soul counts among the finest he's ever seen. Things just keep getting better for us, don't they? They do. Hey, Wahem. Hello. Welcome back. Good to see you again. Welcome back, Wahem. It wouldn't be the first time someone set their sights on my soul. That's true. Is that so? Used to be in Prize Pig, are we? Kind of. Any road, it's clear that safety is no longer something we can take for granted. Not even in a crowded street, not even in the middle of the day. Keep our eyes peeled and watch out for those terrible red eyes. We're stealing chocobos for the moment, but I'll think of something and send for you as soon as I can. Until then, never sleep far from your scythe. Sorry. Alright. Next, 78. Alright, so we got this one, and then there's one more after this one. There's 78, and then there's gonna be 80. Drusilla seems relieved to see you walk through her door unscathed. Glad to see Arcus hasn't sunk his teeth into you yet, Oslas. Don't go thinking he's giving up on trying, though. Damn, Wahem. Congrats, man. Congrats. Damn. All right. He's out there. Sorry. He's out there, savoring you from a distance. Can't resist checking in on his prize, just as he can't resist seeking out morsels to tide him over to his feet. The reports we've received of a man pale as death, stalking about in the sands, is proof of that. And then there's the matter of this blunted dagger. We don't know who sent it, but we do know what it means. It's a warning commonly used by the less savored elements in Yuda. A warning that the next will be delivered sharp and straight to our bellies. More fool them. They've no notion of what we've faced and lived. Think you will soil our small clothes over empty threats. Let's hope it's nothing more than that, lass. Seeing as we'd need to follow up on those reports sooner or later. Anyone fancy a bit of fresh air? If we catch a whiff of Arcus' false stench, all the better. Oslas, I want you to ask around near Blackbush Station. and I'll head to Stone Throw. When you're done, meet me there, and we'll share what we've dug up. Sorry. All right. Dun, 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 dun. Blackbush Station. Blackbrush Station. Nickelodeon is a cartoon TV channel from the US and some other countries too. I recognize that self-assured stride, the mark of a woman ready to take on the world and then some. You must be the Eurasian Reaper, the boss and word about. I am. I am almost disappointed to tell you nothing is amiss. The soldier in me would have loved to see a Reaper in action. I once fought in the Imperial Army, though you wouldn't think it to look at me now. I served proudly under Lord Valens in my youth, until the day he ordered us to use common folk as fodder in some pointless skirmish. I refused and was sentenced to death for my candor. Needless to say, I didn't keep that appointment. Compared to the evil, toothless threats and ghosts are no bother. But the less jaded are more excitable. One lass in particular has been jumping at shadows. She claimed to have seen all manner of terrors, but I suspect she'd be startled by her own reflection. Still, if you want to lend an ear to her delusions, you can find her in Lost Hope. Let's go. Lost Hope. Elegant woman. Hello. Ah. Oh. Hello. How are you? I am Osles, champion of Eurasia. Oh, did Drusilla receive my missive? She sent someone to rid us of this terrible evil waiting in the wings. Truly, she cared for us as if we really were her flesh and blood. Which is more than I can say about my own. Not once have I longed to return to the life of comfort I left behind in Garlemald, and I have Drusilla to thank for that. She isn't the reason I left home in the first place, of course. Had I not met my beloved, I would likely still be feasting on lemon cakes in ignorance. In ignorance of love, of freedom. I found the former in Garlemald, and later in Eorzea, as our new life blossomed into something beautiful. Not every day has been easy. Not even most days. But Drusilla's watchful eyes has kept us safe, and our freedom is worth any measure of hardship. Such terrible fear gripped my heart when my beloved told me of the pale man he spied on the sands. But now that the family has come to help, I can breathe a sigh of relief. I'm sure you wish to know precisely where to find that horrid creature, but I cannot help half so well as my beloved might. Take him in the southeast and pray put an end to this nightmare. I will. Nice lasagna. We need to eat too. Congrats, man. That's awesome. I almost bought her, you know. She was in the shop, and I was like, man, I really want Weirdy. But then I thought I wouldn't be able to save enough for Surtur at the end of the year. So I'm just saving for Surtur to get her from the shop. But yeah, I almost got a Weirdy because I love Weirdy. Weirdy's awesome. To devil mist, the hunter doth not tread, tracking the scent of quarries or the thread. In darkest night, cry for a keeper. Lo, by her side she walks, the reaper. Apologies for the effusive display, friend. I'm a poet, you see, and cannot resist putting into words the flood of emotions that accompany such a striking figure as yours. What? Little dandy? Sorry, light dandy? The heck is that? Ah, ah, ah. Monster! Grrrr. The bloodlust emanating from this void scent is potent and powerful. Let's go. That's why I'm here. Oops. All right. That was fast. Thank you, thank you, thank you, my savior, my godsend. Would that I could have aided you, but alas, a poet's pen is of little use in the battle. Come on, haven't you heard that the pen is mightier than the sword? Unless, of course, the battle involves not sword and scythes, but words. Just ask the rise of my beloved, who is even now licking the wounds dealt by the invective verse I composed after he had the gall to forbid our reunion. Alright. A masterwork of scathing metaphor and subtle remonstration. Alas, for all their reparations, nobles are anything but subtle in their rage. We were forced to flee, to abandon our homes, with only our love for sustenance. Nevertheless, I regretted not a single moment of our lives in exile. In Eorzea, we found an unexpected treasure. Freedom. Freedom of mind and freedom of heart. But I digress. Surely, you did not seek me out simply to save my life and leave me with a nod and a smile. Did you wish to commission a poem? The billman? I encountered him whilst wandering these arid wakes in search of inspiration. I felt the gaze of some terrible presence upon my back, and when I turned to meet it, he was standing there, grinning like a butcher in a bullpen. He wore robes much too thick for the scorched sands, and his skin looked as if it had been kissed by the blazing sun. Worst of all, his eyes were two bottomless pools of blood. I feared my end had come, but then he vanished as quickly as he had appeared. Perhaps I've been reckless. Recent incidents make it clear that the cost of inspiration is higher than I'm willing to pay. I shall return to my beloved for both my safety and hers. Thank you again, my savior. No worries. As I said, that was pretty easy. Alright, where am I going next? Over there. Nice. We won. That was nice. That was pretty nice. All right, Drusilla. I like your hair. Are you... There you are. And? Well, there was this void end, but it was pretty easy. Another one of his accursed minions. Well, I suppose we can take comfort in the fact that none of the family came to harm, yourself included. Well done. Speaking of which, what do you think of this family you've been trusting to? Speak freely. I haven't lived this long by taking offense at opinions. I don't want to hear. I'm surprised you've all survived this long, to be honest. Seems pretty freaking dangerous. You got demons chasing after you left and right. Takes more than brute strength for folks to survive. None of them were fit for life under the Empire's boots. That's good enough for me. Much as some enlightened types might tell you otherwise, people like to have a say in the life the life they lead. That's what separates us from those bugs over there. I mean, born queens, workers, drones, bred into roles ingrained so deeply they wouldn't know how to live otherwise. For the glory and prosperity of the hive. But we've got it in us to be different. Might be born into farming, soldiering, or politicking. Again, that's a word I've never heard before. Politicking. But we can choose to walk a different path whenever the fancy should strike. Tainting our nature to accept our lot without question. No, we have to believe in something. Put our faith in it. Only then will we deign to march in step. And indeed, faith of a savage stripe is one way to get us dancing to the same tune. Others might be compelled through faith in logic or law, intangible, invisible, yet cause enough for killing and conquering if it suits the queen. The invaders have sealed our birthright for 8 centuries. No longer. We march for Locus Amonis with a few righteous words. His radiant Solus Zos Gavus whipped the hive into a frenzy. Oh, that might suck. Once that fire is burning, the passion of the masses can't soon be quelled. That was once a wish for home became a holy mission to spread enlightenment, which would not suffer such beliefs as the beastmen held. Countless scores rendered up their lives on the altar of the Empire, until an entire continent was united under a single majestic feast. For those who still dreamed the dream of unity, a deed worth of song, yet some awoke to see it for the tyranny it was, my grandfather rules included. The talents of the Reapers are passed down through bloodlines. Rulus was the best of us, the most accomplished and feared in the Order's long history. The duty of the Reapers, our role in the hive, if you will, was to deliver our countrymen from corrupt and power-hungry tyrants. When Garlemald found religion in conquest, its appetite grew to be insatiable. My grandfather pondered this conundrum for many sleepless nights and came to a decision. He would relieve Solos Zos Galvus of his life. What the heck? He wanted to kill? Alright. I don't think that went too well. Oh man. He tried though. Holy shit. He tried to kill Emmett Selk. 20 years ago, he slipped into the deepest chambers of the Imperial Palace, silent as a shadow, until he could hear the Emperor's beating heart. Yet, when Rulus returned to me, Solus was alive and well. My grandfather, on the other hand, was skittishness to his sleep, when his black hair had turned to pale white. He said naught of his encounter with the Emperor, save that the most powerful man in Garlemald was no man at all. Oh, so he somehow sensed that Emmet was not a man. That's interesting. Shamed in his defeat, my grandfather sought greater power. Bit by bit, he gave more himself over to the void sand behind his avatar. Orcus struck when Rolus was weakest, taking his flesh and soul in one fell swoop. When he was finished, not a mote of my grandfather remained in that body. There was only Orcus. That fiend flew into a rapturous frenzy, and my family were his first victims. I remember the chill of his teeth sinking into my flesh, gawning until they reached my very essence. That's fucked up. Oh man, he killed them with his teeth? How am I standing here before you then? Oh, Arcus gorged on a soul that night, but it wasn't mine. What exactly? It was my avatar that filled his belly. Seems that was all he could stomach. Some might consider that lucky twist of fate, but I had little time to ponder my fortune. Fled as soon as I was able. His radiance never looked kindly on those trying to end his life or their families. I wandered about for years till I settled here and started seeking out others like me, others who had woken to the Empire's dream. Lemirs is what we call the spirits of the dead in the Garlean tongue. A fitting moniker, if there ever was one. Waking up from a long sleep ain't unlike climbing out of a grave. I can attest to that. Son of a bleeding. Remind me not to give such long-winded speeches when the sand is blowing in my face. I'm heading back for some ale. See you at headquarters. See you, Drusilla. Yeah. Yeah. That's not good. It surprises me that Emmet didn't outright kill the grandfather. I mean, he could. He chose not to, for some reason. Oops. I didn't mean to do that. There. Hey. Welcome back, boss. How was the family? Shaken, But unharmed, aside from some tousled hair and mangled verse, Arcos left one of his minions behind as a gift, but Celeste made quick work of it. I always said she was a keeper. You have an eye for the fierce of heart. I'll wager she could slay Arcos all on her own. I think so too. Not that it would let her take all the glory. Yeah. Of course we wouldn't. But I'll be there when Arcos tries to take his prize. I don't think we'll be waiting long either. What do you mean? Arcos said his strike when Celeste was ripe with fear and hatred and despair. Seasonings he's loath to forego. I'm not ripe with fear and despair. I have an inkling how he might try to draw out those emotions and finish off. Oh, shit. And finish off a half-eaten meal besides. Right, you are, Drusilla. Man, he just showed up? Oh. How many nights did you mourn your lost avatar? The wellspring of your power, I must say, was quite the dish. I think not. Move so much as a finger, and her head will hit the floor. The music? Oh, that's it, Slash. That fire. I want to see it burn. I want to see it rage. I want to see the hatred seep into the depths of her soul. Shall I make this Drusilla's final breath?
That's when you find out who your friends are.
Hold on. Man, this music. Shall I make this Drusilla's final breath? Or this one? It is so very hard to choose. Oh, you mother fluffer. I was right not to give in to my blessed baser instincts, to allow the thought of your taste to simmer in my mind as you and Drusilla formed a bond, a kinship even, born from an understanding of her inconsequential ideals, that you may better appreciate the bitter loss. But perhaps I should wait a while longer, to let the flavor of your hatred mature and the tang of her malice ripen. I can make use of their sealers yet, revel in her screams, exult in her misery. Ah, how splendid it will be! All the while, my prize piglet growing fat with loathing and succulent with terror. Patient rewards the dutiful.
Get some help.
Exactly. Patience rewards a dutiful gourmand after all. When your tantalizing flavor has fully matured, I shall return and I shall reap my harvest. Oh, he took her. He took her with him. Mother fluffer. Give her back. What the heck? Am I gonna have to go after her? I'm gonna have to go into the void after her. Come on. Come on. There's her scythe. God's damned void-sent bastard. Soulless piece of shite. Swipe that sodden demon's paw. Aye, that's the spirit. Right, we need a plan. First things first, find out what Orcus is hiding. The rest of the family should be able to help with that. In the meantime, we need to prepare. I know you're good, Aslas, but we can't leave the boss life to chance. Sharpen your skills and your scythe, then sharpen them once more. The boss can do naught against Orcus without her avatar. That means you have to do the heavy lifting. Of course, I'll do what I can to afford you an advantage. You can count on that. For Drusilla. Alright. Here we go. Oh man. Hermine seems to be in a fit of pique. Her anger directed at something you cannot see. The character has an Irish accent. When I got my hands on him, oh, it was less. Listen, we found out where the boss is being held, but I'm warning you, the how of it isn't pretty. An envelope arrived at headquarters this morning. I opened it, and inside was shite. Inside was a letter written in blood. There's no doubting whose it was. Orcus is reveling his own cruelty. The letter said he's waiting for us at the dusk vigil. Gods know what he's doing to her now. Let's move. Let's go. No time to waste. I've called on every able-bodied member of the family for this one. The family? You make it sound like we're the mafia. I don't think we should be calling this the family. The family has other meanings to me. We're heading out as soon as everyone's assembled. We're here, Herman, and more are waiting outside. We're ready to repay the debt we owe Drusilla, with our lives if we must. With souls courageous, hearts of hardened steel, for leader's sake, for family's ideal, into the demon's lairs they soon shall tread, to end his terror foul, his reign of dread. The boss would beam with pride to see this group of cold-blooded killers. Alright, Aslas, we're ready when you say the word. Alright, let's go. This is a job for a Reaper, and a Reaper alone. What? Now, we might not hold a candle to the likes of you, but we've got skills. You need someone to distract Orcus, right? And who can move in for the kill while his back is turned. Don't tell us to stay here with our thumbs up our asses while the boss is suffering. Damn, don't make me repeat myself, damn. Nah, I'm not that mean. Drusilla wouldn't want you throwing your lives away. What do you know about what she wants? Hermine, listen. Maybe she's right. I know she's right, goddammit. Doesn't mean he doesn't chaff. The boss wouldn't trust just any woman with a Reaper's art. And Aslas has proven herself worthy, time and again. If you're going alone, take that with you. The scythe, of course. for the boss. No self-respecting reaper can reap without their scythe. That's true. Now go and make Arcus rule the day he crossed into this world. I shall. For Drusilla, I shall. Let's go. Oh, wrong job. Sorry. Alright, where am I going? The Killing Art. Alright. Let's mount up. Let's fly over there. Near Bane Pool. Alright. I love this song. The Heaven's Ward theme is so good. Alright, here we are. Let's go. There you are, Sles. My prize repast. Come forward. I'm carrying her scythe. Drusilla's scythe. Oh no. Come on, it's you and me. Let's do this. Damn. I can smell it. Your fear, your hatred. Your tender marble soul, my masterpiece, ripe for the slaughter. I'll savor every bite, strip the flesh from your bones. Oh, Jesus, I couldn't read that. Crack them open to sup upon the marrow for the moons. For moons. How I hungered, how I thirst. Enraptured by the thought of your sweet essence trickling down my throat. Never have I suffered so in waiting. But in beholding your magnificence, I see it was worth every agonizing pang. I do not expect you to leap into my maws willingly, nor do I desire it. I want you to writhe and struggle unto your dying breath. Alright. Let's go. I want to see you try. Come on. How do you like that? A test of your reflexes. Man, this song. Oops. Come on. Very good. Defiance becomes you. Though it begins to bore me. What? Annoys, rather. 'Tis past time you bared your belly for my blade. Prey's sole purpose is to satisfy. Exactly, Lasagna. Exactly. The music just makes you want to kick some ass. Let's go. Nice. My word, your aim is shite. Is that what he said? It's terrible. Alright. And he's dead. That was pretty easy. How? There should be nothing left of you. Should have learned to chew your food more thoroughly. Fools, the both of you. I won't die so easily. Now our feast begins. We're the ones doing the reaping here, not you. Let's go. Oops, too far. Oh shit. Uh-oh. Oops. We're going down. Yeah. Cough. Ugh. Wheeze. No. The honor's yours, Drusilla. Nice. Thank you, Osles. Creeping with fear, boiling hatred, I can still smell the exquisite aroma. Oh, just a taste. Oh, that's his head. Yeah, that's how you do it. It's done. Let's get back to headquarters, Osles. Alright. Alright, we killed him. Hey. Hey everyone. Boss. Osles. Nice, Waham. Nice roll. Sorry for causing all no end of worry. In tracking me down, you risked life and limb, and for that I thank you, all of you. Nice lasagna. Nice. Oh, nice. We didn't risk anything. We just sat here, praying until you and Osles walked through the door. Don't be so hard on yourself, Les. I know each and every one of you would have joined her if she hadn't talked some sense into you. We owe you our lives, boss. We owe it to you to return the favor. You're more than I deserve. Who forces them? They hold the urn into a personal vendetta. Who leads family to their deaths? Arnagis was no fool. He knew and accepted the risks. He placed his faith in you because he believed Orcus had to be stopped, and he was right. There'll be no more victims to mourn. He helped you to achieve that victory. It'd be enough for him. It'd be enough for me. You're right. Is any time for soaking? Arnagis would have been the first to tell me that. Now's the time to honor his sacrifice, to toast those we have lost, and those still by our sides. For those we have lost, for those we have lost, for those we still can save. And to thank the brave souls that led us here. That means you, Osles. Much as I like to take credit for Arcus' demise. It was a long, bloody road, but this marks the end of your first assignment as a Reaper. And what an assignment it was, huh? Hey, you might not be Guardian, but you tackled your task with singular resolve that impressed the most hardened soldier. I'm proud to call you family. Thank you. We may have founded the Lemire's to provide a home for wayward Guardians, but we're not so different, Guardians and Eorzeans. No great revelation, but moments like this help to put it all in perspective. This family was a dream that gave us the strength to survive in a strange land. But the beautiful thing about dreams, if you ask me, is that they can change. They can get better. So I say that, from this day forward, the Lemures will be united not only by origin, but by purpose. Brothers and sisters bound by shared convictions. I don't think anyone will object to that, boss. The Lemures are ready to welcome people of all stripes. Starting with you, Osles. So it was all but official already, huh? Yeah? Aye. Here's to the birth of a new family, sister. Alright. That's kinda cool. What a day has been, eh? Hope it'll be a while yet before I've occasion to hammer on that much again. Yeah, me too. Too much talking is liable to put me in a sentimental mood, or worse, make me dewy-eyed. So let's leave it at that, eh? You ever get wearied from the weight of the world on your shoulders? Know that our doors will always be open. And if you need an ear to bend, a shoulder to weep on, or a stiff bottle to jump inside, I'll be right here, sister. Alright. And there we go. The Reaper job quests. And Shroud. Yeah, I gotta practice using that. Talk to her again. It's always a pleasure to see you walk through these doors, Osles. I know it's not very homely in here, but feel free to kick your feet up wheresoever you can. Offer the Lemures. We're doing as well as can be expected, all things considered. Ornigis left some shoes that were proving hard to fill, and we found ourselves with less gil at hand than we're accustomed to. Hermes is doing all she can, bless her heart. As much as she claims to hate using her head, she's shown a sharp mind for trade, and thanks to her, our ceruleum business is getting back on track. Ornigis' wife is making do, you'll be glad to hear. That's good to hear. She's running her own stall and doing a fine job at it, by our accounts. I just hope that if anyone in their family needs my help, I'll be around to give them what they need. Me too. I've heard tell of what happened in Garmald. Just because the Empire is gone doesn't mean that everyone who's fled its clutches has a burning desire to return home. I take it the Lemures will be in Ul'dah for some time yet. That's good to know. Alright. And that has been the Reaper job quest. That was pretty fun. I enjoy that. I still think I prefer the Sage job quest. but it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad at all. It was quite fun. Alright, so that's gonna be it for today. So, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate it. And I'll see you next time for more Final Fantasy XIV. Or whatever I'm playing then. So yeah, I hope to see you then. And yeah, until then, have a good one. Take care of yourself. And bye-bye.